Nintendo announced Super Mario 35 during the Super Mario 35th anniversary direct. I mean, makes sense, right? A lot of us were amped up, a lot of hype out there. I mean, a Super Mario Battle Royale, why not? Not the most original idea, obviously, as there are other Super Mario Battle Royales out there, but the implementation seemed really interesting with the way they're doing this. Similar to Tetris 99, the other Switch Online game, where you influence your opponents without directly being like on their screen type of thing. You're trying to knock people out, be the final Mario here. And the game's not without its faults. I've really been enjoying it. I think it's a very awesome game, but there are a few things I wish were different. So if you don't know what this game's about, it's an online game, 35 Marios, and you're on your own screen and you're just playing through stages. So as you see, there's a couple different modes here, 35 player battle and then special battle. 35 player battle, it's just you're running through levels. The levels will cycle through randomly type of thing. The warp zones will have different sets of levels that you could warp to. It's not the same each time. And you're just trying to survive. There's going to be certain strategies that you try to use here. If you're not familiar with Super Mario Bros. 1, I definitely think you'll be gimped in this game. You have to be familiar with where things are located, the special items, the power-ups and whatnot, because all this stuff matters. Obviously, you want a fire flower to defend yourself easier, right? Because if you get killed, that's it. You're out. You're knocked out. The other thing is that you have time against you. Time is continually ticking down. If you run out of time, you're kicked out. You're knocked out. So as you kill enemies, you accumulate time. As you finish stages, you accumulate time. And there's ways to get bonus time. So if you have a fire flower, for example, and you uncover another fire flower, boom, you get like 15 seconds, I believe, if you grab that. So it's very important to know where these items are and to continually collect them, because you will screw yourself in the end. If you do well and you get to the end where you're one of the last few players, you could run out of time and just get kicked out and lose. And that definitely sucks. It's happened to me, once or twice, where it was like, damn it, dude, I was doing so good, but the time just ran out. So you want to continually collect those bonus times, right? The adding to your time limit that you have. One way to do that is when you finish a stage, if there's enemies on screen, don't kill them, because you only get like 1 second or whatever per enemy. Forget exactly what it is, but if you hit the flagpole, you get bonus time for each enemy that was on screen. So you want to take advantage of those kind of things. Now, the other thing that you have in your arsenal here is that for every 20 coins that you collect, you can get a random item. So the random items are going to be a mushroom, a fire flower, invincibility star, or a POW block. POW block, boom, kills everything on screen at once. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely gets you out of some binds here. But the one thing with the coin system is when I first started playing this, I was like, every time I get 20 coins, I'm going to use it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep your coins until you're put into a position where you're just like, there's no way out. Because you're just going to be sitting there hoping that you get an invincibility star. Or if you're a little Mario, oh my God, it gets a little tense. And you're just like, man, I need a mushroom, but there's no mushroom. There's no fire flower anywhere. Keep those coins, because you never know when you're going to need something, right? If you don't need it, don't use it. Just don't use it. Save it. Accumulate them, because as long as you're accumulating coins, you can use 20 coins at a time for that randomizer, right? For the item. So definitely hold on to that stuff. Now, you can attack the other players. So what happens is as you kill enemies on screen, you send them to other players' stage, right? So, yeah, Goombas and whatnot, big deal. I mean, they ain't gonna phase no one, right? But as you start progressing and you go through levels that have different enemies, like bloopers in the water stages, that's one of the big ones, man. Because they are a pain in the ass with their movement on the screen. You could jump on top of their head, but you gotta, be right on it. You gotta be very precise with that. So that's one enemy I like sending to other players. And then, the fish and all that stuff. But the biggest one, oh my God, not Bowser. Yeah, you can send Bowser and him shooting his fireballs. That works out decently well as well. But one of the big ones is the Hammer Bros. So as you progress through this game, you start unlocking more stages. And once you start getting to stages with Hammer Bros, oh my God, is it on? Them guys is a freaking, a mess, dude. Like, yeah, if you got a fire flower, you can hit them, but sometimes people will get surprised by them, start getting, shrunk down to little Mario, and then it's over. So those are one of the big ones, that can help you out by sending them to another enemy or another player. So the one thing with that is you can select how to send, you know, enemies to your enemies, right? To the players. By using the analog stick, you could choose send stuff to attackers, people who are attacking you, send to a random player, send to the person with like the least amount of time, something like that, and coins, whoever has the most coins, that kind of thing. You have a few different options you could do with that. I found if I select that I want to send it to attackers, that, you know, I get attacked more. I get more enemies sent my way. But if I have it set to something else, I don't get as many enemies sent to me. So it's a good and bad thing with that. And that if you have less enemies coming at you, there's less to avoid. But the problem with that is you don't get enough time accumulated, because every time you kill an enemy, you accumulate time. Once that time hits 0, game over for you. So you kind of want to make sure you're getting enemies sent to you. That's one thing you really want to have happen. Otherwise, you're just going to be dead in the water anyway, even if you don't get killed. So the game's a lot of fun. They do have this special battle as well, which instead of the levels being randomized as you complete stages, it's a set, you know, series of courses that you go through. So it'll be in a specific order, right? And pretty much in order of the way you would progress normally in Super Mario Bros. 1. The other thing they have as well, and I think the special battle that's going on right now that goes through October 4th, you start with like 100 coins or something like that. So it's really not that special to me. Big deal. I start with some coins and we go in sequence, but there's really nothing special going on here. So I really hope when they keep changing these special battles that they implement some more curveballs into that. Because right now, it's like, why play one over the other? They're both essentially the same in a sense, right? So I hope they do add some interesting stuff with that. Now, my biggest, you know, gripe with this game is definitely the amount of time it takes to complete a match. Some people just want to jump in, play a game for a few minutes, and then keep going, you know, play another match type of thing. And that can happen if you get knocked out pretty quick. But if you're good, if you're top tier, you could be playing this for like well over 10 minutes. That doesn't sound like a lot of time, but sometimes it does seem like it's going on forever, because you'll get to the end, it'll be the last few players and everybody's just so damn good, they're not getting killed. They're continually accumulating time. They're speeding through everything. And that's the one thing. You kind of want to take your time if you're not comfortable with what's going on. You can look at the bottom of the screen and see what enemies to expect from, you know, your opposing opponents, right? But if you speed through it, you risk, like, you know, getting hit by something random that you didn't expect to see. Because if you're accustomed to the game and you could speed run through it, that doesn't really mean shit, because there's going to be other things that pop up that the opponents send to you, the enemies, right? I keep looking at, okay, you have enemies you're fighting against in the game. Then you have the enemies, which are the other players, right? So, yeah, you could get down to the end and it just, you're stuck with the last 2 or 3 players forever. That's the one thing. The time starts ticking down a little bit faster, but the game does go on for, you know, a little bit longer than I would like sometimes. But it's still a lot of fun. It's hugely addicting. And this is the problem. It's like Nintendo said, here you go. Here's a taste, you little fuck. And you tasted it, and then March of next year comes around and you don't have access to this anymore. What are we going to do? What about the people who are hugely addicted to this? So in this weird Nintendo thing that they're doing, this is a timed game. It's only available until the end of March next year, so about 6 months of access, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. That makes me wonder, are they going to repackage this in another way? Are they going to put this on cell phones with paid DLC? You could use coins to, you know, buy coins to get aesthetics. Because in this game right now, yeah, that's all you do is you unlock icons that you could change. See, mine's Bowser, whatever. You gain levels. There's really, it's just aesthetics. It's just a number and it's just a picture. It doesn't change anything about the game. So it's just more of the fun that you have with it. And I'm really curious to see, once this is gone, are they going to repurpose this in some way? Because it sucks, man. It's a lot of fun to play this, and I do see a lot of, you know, potential for them adding things to this. Maybe they just don't want to bother with that. Maybe just one and done. That's it. Maybe the 40th anniversary will come out and they'll make it Mario 40. I don't know, but it's definitely a weird thing. If they didn't announce this and announce that it was like a timed thing, once it's done, you can't play it anymore, we wouldn't have nothing to complain about. Let's just be honest here, right? But they could have also just never announced this, never gave us access to it. So Yeah, you know, you got two sides there. Bitch about it or just enjoy it, because we might not have had it to begin with, right? I just don't like the way they're doing this. I wish it was something to stay here until, you know, the life of Switch Online anyway. But for the time we have with it, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's a lot of damn fun. Just have those few little nitpicks with it. I think it's a cool game. Let me know what you guys think. Have you played it? Are you having a blast with it? Is it just something that you're like, you know, big deal? I wish they would implement, like, maybe do Mario 3, Super Mario 2. Maybe that's something they'll do in the future. They'll rebrand this as a whole package thing with multiple Marios in it. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think. Really do appreciate you guys hanging out. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom. Bye. Yes! Bitch! What? And I said that was my final match. What happened?